welcome to Eileen Who Got Yoga. For today, we're going to be doing the protraction and retraction yoga flow. So we will be needing a resistance band so we can properly warm up the shoulders before we work hard on them. But if you don't have any resistance band, maybe you can just use a yoga strap or any yoga belt or any item at your house that is just very long so that you can use it to warm up the shoulders, rotating your shoulders over and back. So hop on the mat and let's start the flow. Let's start here by coming into a seated pose. So set aside first your strap. We will use that later. And let's bring our hands on top of your knees. Settle down here first. Try to feel first your shoulders. As you feel your shoulders, start to roll the shoulders up and then roll it back and down. Roll the shoulders up, backwards, and then downwards. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and downwards. Now, start to pull the belly into your spine. Pull the ribs down towards the navel. Lengthen the top of the head. Take a deep breath first, inhale. Exhale with your mouth open. Inhale through nose. Exhale with your mouth open. One more time. Inhale through nose. Exhale with your mouth open. And then let's just start to roll our head around first, feeling the sides of your neck. Maybe do it very, very slowly. I'll do it one round. You can do it 2 or 3 rounds. And then I'll circle the other way. But I'm taking my time when I do 1 round. So you can do how many rounds that you want, but make sure they're equal on towards each side. Okay, and then come back up. All right, so like what I mentioned in my protraction retraction, what do you mean by that is find your sternum. This is your sternum. Find the collarbone and the shoulder blades at the back. If you don't know what that is, just refer first to the video that I did before this. Okay, so let's bring our hands on top of our knees. Feel your collarbone, sternum, and your shoulder blades. Okay, so start to bring your hands on top of your knees. Try to protract by pulling the sternum into your spine, pushing your hands down towards your knees. And then start to retract by pushing your sternum forward and squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Maybe your head starts to go tilting up again, tilting up as well. Again, protraction, pushing your sternum into the spine. Retraction, pulling your chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades. Good. Protraction again, pulling the sternum into the spine. And then retraction, pulling the sternum forward, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you, broadening your collarbone. And then come back to seated. Let's come to your tabletop position. Activating our protraction and retraction. Let's bring our hands down to the mat. Spread the fingers. Protraction, pulling the belly in into your cow pose. Yes, this is your cow pose. Sternum into your spine. Push as much as you can. And then retraction, squeezing the shoulder blades and then trying to pull your chest forward. Protraction, sternum into your spine, and then retraction, pulling your sternum forward, squeezing the shoulder blades. Good. Protraction here, and then retraction, This is just a good way to warm up the spine as well. And then let's come back to tabletop position, bringing your sternum to neutral and your spine to neutral. We will grab onto the strap, come down to your knees. If this is too painful on your knees, you can keep your hips up. But if you have the capacity for it, it's either you can point your toes, you can sit down on your heels, or you can keep your toes tucked. Whatever's gonna feel good for you. Okay, for now, let's just hold onto the resistance band. If you're using a belt, go as far as you can first, especially if this is the first time you're gonna be using resistance bands or belts. And try first if you bring your arms over your head and towards the back. If it's too easy, maybe you can walk your hands in towards each other. And then you're gonna bring your arms up and forward. Okay, now if that was too easy, adjust your hands. Create the resistance by pulling the band away from each other. But if you're just using a yoga belt, then it doesn't stretch much. So take your hands far apart, or any item that is long, wherein your elbows, when you bring your arms back, you're not forcing to bend your elbows just to be able to bring your hands down behind you. Okay, so take as much space from in between your hands, so that you'd be able to do this fluidly, but at the same time with a little bit of a challenge. Okay, I'll set this aside. I'll use my resistance band. Your choice of what you're going to be using for today. Let's start here. Let's inhale our hands up. Reach up, and then try to squeeze the shoulder blades, and then reach your hands back. Observe how your hips also start to react with retraction. Sometimes we have the tendency to butt out. Try to keep pushing your hips forward, like in engaging the core video. Inhale, hands up, and then exhale, hips down. Inhale, hands up, reach up, and then reaching towards the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Feeling the stretch on the front of your shoulders. Inhale, hands up, and then exhale, bring your hands down, sit down if that feels good for you. Inhale, hands up. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, come back down. I didn't count again. Inhale up. Exhale down and sit down if it's possible. But if it hurts your knees, you don't need to sit down. Inhale up, 2 more. Exhale towards the back. Feeling the stretch on the front of your shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale to the front. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. And then hips down, inhale up. Exhale to the front. All right, let's set aside that strap. And then this is one arm position that I would like to teach you first before we start flowing for the practice. Let's reach our hands up. And then as we reach our hands up, we're gonna bring our hands forward. We're gonna push towards each other, push your hands forward and push your sternum into the spine. Good, and then from there, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades behind you and feel to broaden your collarbone and sternum up. This is called your cactus arms. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down beside you. All right, let's start to flow. All right, from here, let's round our back, shifting our body forward. If you have your chaturanga practices, start to protract. Squeeze into the armpit, and then we're going to slowly come all the way down, as low as you can. Pointing your toes towards the back, or tuck your toes depending on how your calf muscle feels today. Let me set aside that one and hide it. And then from here, roll the shoulder blades towards each other. And then squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the elbows. You're retracting in your baby cobra. On an inhale, lift the chest up. Push the sternum forward. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the elbows, lift the sternum forward. Exhale, come back down. One more, inhale, lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then push back up. Child's pose first. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes, push your hands forward into your downward facing dog. Go ahead, pedal your feet, do whatever you need to do in your downward facing dog. Okay, from here, let's inhale, shift forward into plank. Protraction, retraction, keeping the belly in, and then back to neutral. Downward facing dog. Again, shifting your body forward. Protraction, retraction, and then back to neutral, and then downward facing dog. One more time, shift your body forward. Protraction, retraction, neutral, downward facing dog. And then walk towards the top of your mat. Relax the head down. You can bend your knees. You can bend your knees and then you can lift the hips up. You can drop the head down for now and then swing your body side to side. Feel the stretch on your legs, neck. Take a deep breath first. And then slowly roll yourself up to standing. Come up to standing. Okay, as you come up to standing, we're gonna start here. Fix whatever you need to fix. I need to fix my hands. Okay, hands beside you. Come to the very top of your mat. Let's inhale our hands up. Reach up. On an exhale, you can bend your knees, forward fold, hands down, head down. Inhale, hands to your knees, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, hands down, head down. Inhale all the way up, hands up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, hands down, head down. Inhale, hands to your knees, lengthen, chest up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale all the way up, hands up. Okay. Bring your hands forward, round your back, protract. And then from there, reach your hands up towards the ceiling, bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades, retract. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold, hands down. Step the right foot back. Right knee down towards the mat. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. As you reach your hands up towards the ceiling, reach your hands forward. Protract. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades into your cactus arms. Lift the sternum up. Inhale, hands up. Hands down towards the mat. Right knee up, left foot back. And then from there, shift your body forward. Protract. Retract. And then from there, back to neutral. And then knees down, belly all the way down. Do it slowly. Roll the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. This is your retraction. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Push your sternum forward. Okay, child's pose. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Okay, take a deep breath first in your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Okay, shift your body forward. Let's start to protract. And then bring the right foot in between your hands. If it doesn't get there, grab your ankle, help it. And then left knee down towards the mat. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Push your hands forward, protract. Reach your hands up again, bend the elbows, retract. Inhale, hands up. Bring your hands down towards the mat. Left knee up, left foot forward. Inhale, hands to your knees, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold, hands down. Inhale all the way up, hands up, reach up. Exhale, hands beside you. Inhale, hands up. This time, we're gonna cross the right elbow on top of your left elbow. Clip it with your left arm, okay? So you can just stay here and then draw that right shoulder down. And then from here, you can stay here and then just start to protract. Or you can wrap your arms into eagle arms and then start to protract. Lift the fingers up as you lift the elbows and then draw the shoulders down. And then from here, release your hands, switch. Left elbow on top of your right. Clip it with your right arm. You can start here by protracting here already, or you have the capacity to wrap your arms around. Go ahead, squeeze your arms towards each other. Draw the shoulders down and then protract the back and then lift the hands up. Feel the stretch on your back. And then from there, unwind your arms, reach your hands up, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then start to interlace your fingers behind you. As you interlace your fingers, observe how your collarbones are. Maybe they want to hunch forward, start to roll the shoulder blades back and squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. You can keep your elbows bent, or if you have the capacity to straighten your arms, go ahead. Straighten your arms, bend your knees first, chest down to your knees. If this is a lot already for your shoulders, stay here, or you can bring your head all the way down and then lift the hands up. Weight more towards your toes. Inhale, lengthen, hands to your knees, chest up. On an exhale, bring your hands down towards the mat. Step the left foot back. Left knee down. Inhale, hands up. As you reach your hands up towards the ceiling, same thing. We will bring the left elbow on top of your right elbow. Wrap your arms into your eagle arms. Reaching your fingers up. Protract. And then bow down here. And then from here, releasing your hands, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Lift the sternum up. Arms out, interlace your fingers behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then try to squeeze your feet towards each other before you lean back carefully. If this is going to be painful for your back, you don't need to go all the way down. Just go as far as you can. Feel the stretch on the front and then find your sternum. And then hands up. Hands down towards the mat. Left knee up, right hand up towards the ceiling. Start to retract here. Is it possible to retract in this position? Hand down towards the mat, right foot down. Shift your body forward into plank, protract, retract, feel the difference. Back to neutral, knees down, belly all the way down. Point your toes to the back, roll the shoulder blades back. This time we start to push higher and then squeeze the shoulder blades some more into retraction and then try to press your head back. Tuck your toes. You can pass through a quick child's pose and then downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, shifting your body forward. Protracting your back as much as you can. Left foot in between your hands. If it doesn't get there, grab your ankle, help it. And then from here, right knee down. Inhale, hands up. Right elbow on top of your left elbow. Wrap your arms, eagle arms. Reach your fingers up, draw the shoulders down, and then start to protract. Round your back as you bow down. And then from here, come back up. Release the arms and then start to squeeze the shoulder blades. Feel the opening of your collarbone and sternum up. Interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulder blades. Hold the pubic bone up. Engage the front body before you start to lift the sternum up. Try not to overarch your neck. And then from here, come back up, hands up. Hands down towards the mat, right knee up. Left hand up towards the ceiling. Straighten the right leg, left hand down. right foot forward. Inhale, hands to your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, hands up. Exhale, hands beside you. Bend your knees, sit back, chair pose. Okay, this has been guest in most of my online classes now. Eagle legs, right knee on top of your left knee. Left elbow opposite, left elbow on top of the right. Lift your fingers up, draw the shoulders down, round your back. And then let's start to try to touch our knee. Round your back, protraction. Squeeze your inner thighs. Touch it, and then slowly come back up. Unwind your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, release your foot down, lift the sternum up, and then hands up. Interlace your fingers behind you. Roll the shoulder blades up, and then bend your knees, fold hands over your head. We're going to do the opposite. Inhale, hands to your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, hands up. On an exhale, bend your knees, sit back, chair pose. Lift the left foot this time. Left knee on top of your right, eagle legs. Opposite, right arm on top of your left. Draw the shoulders down, lift your fingers up, round your back, sternum your spine, protract those shoulders, come on guys. Squeeze, and then you're gonna slowly, gently tap your elbows to your knees, whoop, and then slowly come back up. Stand up, release, step the left foot down, lift the chest up, hands up, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, you can arm straight if it's possible, ready. Draw the shoulders down, bend your knees, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your knees, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, hands down, head down. Step back to plank. Protract. Dropping your hips down, retract. And then push up to protract. Downward facing dog. Okay, take a deep breath here first. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, right leg up. Right foot in between your hands. Spin the heel down. We're going to come to your warrior two. In your warrior two, try to broaden your collarbone. Lift the sternum up. And then engage the core while you're doing that and squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit. And then feel the difference, what happens when you round your back. And then what happens when you retract. Round your back like in protraction, even if your arms are out in warrior two. And then retract, reverse. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Right foot steps back. Protract. Hips down to retract. Sternum forward. Back to protraction. Into plank. And downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Left leg lift up. Left foot in between your hands. Try to protract as much as you can before stepping it through. Spin the heel down into your warrior two. Try to bend the knee as much as you can. Same thing. Feel the difference. Engage the core first. And then feel the difference. Retract. Protract. Retract the shoulders. Protract. Without letting the belly go with the shoulders. Retract, protract. Go back to retract, reverse. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Left foot back. Shifting your body forward to protract. Dropping the hips, retract. And then push up to plank. And then to downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. breath. Okay. Rest first in child's pose. Couple of breaths. Just to relax here first. Catch your breath. Find your... Go back to the same breathing pattern that you had at the very beginning of the practice. And then observe your face, jaw, shoulders, if there are some tension that starts to build up there. And soften the face, soften the eyes. And then when we're ready, we're gonna come up to a seated pose. Okay. We're gonna leg straight first, stretch your hamstrings. You can use your resistance band or your belt so that you can grab onto your feet. But if you have a resistance band, I would suggest that you would use it for today. Okay. Lengthen your spine and then exhale, fold. Okay, I think I taught this in the Chaturanga Dandasana video, but if you have a resistance band, let's practice retraction in a seated pose. Roll the shoulder blades back. You can bend your knees first if this is too much for your hamstring. Bend your knees, lift the sternum up, and then you're gonna slowly bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Good, and then lift the sternum up. Try to observe if your head is going forward, try to press the head back. And then slowly let go. Let's practice retraction again. Shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the elbows, pull the ribs in. And then slowly come back down. I always tell my students, for retraction, imagine that there is a pencil in between your shoulder blades and you're trying to squeeze it together. Okay, roll the shoulder blades back, squeeze the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze that imaginary pencil in between your shoulder blades. Hold it. Adjust the belly if you need to. And then slowly release the hands. Okay. Now, we're gonna come to your boat pose and feel the difference. What happens, you can keep your feet down towards the mat. Let's practice pushing your hands forward and then squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Feel the difference of what happens to your body. Pushing your hands forward and squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Good. Pushing your hands forward and squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Okay, this time, let's start to float your feet for extra challenge. Squeeze your legs together. Pushing your hands forward and then feel the difference. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Ooh. Pushing your hands forward and squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. One more time. Pushing your hands forward and squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Hold it. And then slowly. Oh, I don't know. When I squeezed my shoulder blades behind me in my boat pose, it became harder. Okay, that's a good way for you to explore your boat pose so that it becomes more interesting. And let me wipe my sweat. And then from here, let's bring our feet together. It worked out a lot. And then lift your chest up, inhale, and then exhale. You can rock your body side to side. Take a deep breath here. And then find your protraction and retraction. Where do you feel stretch more in your body? And what do you think your body needs right now? Go for it. Go for it. Either protraction or retraction. Last two. Okay, come back up. And then you can start to lie down and rest in your Shavasana. I'll give you time to rest here. And if If not, you can come into a seated pose, meditate, lengthening your spine, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And then follow your breath. Feel your inhale. Feel your exhale. Feel your inhale. And your exhale. Try to lengthen each breath. Hands in front of your heart. Namaste. If you want more protraction actions, then you can check out my crow pose variation video. A lot of arm balances, well, most of the arm balances have a lot of protraction in them, so maybe you can check that one out so you can practice more protraction. See you guys around and have a great day. Thank you for practicing yoga with me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out more yoga videos and follow me in my Facebook and Instagram.